Welcome back to Dirty Water, Coins and Collectibles. Today we have a nickel hunt. I have a full box of Loomis wrapped, and I think it's like $62 in customer wrapped. I'm going to mix these two together so we don't have a lopsided hunt. And I'll bring you back in just a second. Alright, I have them all mixed up. Let's get them out to the desk and we'll start the hunt. Bring it back in with the first find. Alright, we're the third roll into this just over a box and a half hunt. We have our first 40s find. We have a 1941 out of Philly. And I did see 1940. We have a 1940 also out of Philly. And then while I have you here, let's just see if there's anything else staring us in the face. I don't see anything. So let's keep it going. I'll bring you back with the next find. Roll number 4 gives us another 40s find. A 1947. I have not flipped this over yet. See if we have a mint mark. Out of Philly. All right, let's keep it going. 3 40s finds out of 4 rolls. All right, just starting in our next roll. We have a 1941 out of Philly. It looked like there was maybe 1 or 2 more finds in here. We have a 1949 out of Philly. Is this an older one? 70. We have a 1956 out of Philly. And I don't see any staring at me, so if there is another one, I'll bring you in for it. Let's keep it going. All right, the very next roll, we have our first 30s find. We have a 1939. I have not flipped this over yet. I'm hoping for a Denver Mint, but by the looks of the coin, it doesn't look like it. Let's take a gander. We got a Philly. Do we have a DDR? We do not. Do we have a DDO? It doesn't appear to be. All right, first 30s find. Let's go. All right, same roll as the 39. I pulled back a couple of coins, and then I saw that we do have a 46. And that is out of Philly. Well, this 75 here. It has a mint mark, but I don't think it's a high D. No, it doesn't have a mint mark. It's a faker. All right, let's keep it going. All right, next roll actually gave us a 1955 out of Denver. And this 1940. Do we have a mint mark? Out of Philly. Let's keep it going. All right, I just flattened out the next roll, which was a customer wrapped roll. And we have a 1941 out of, that looks like a San Fran right there. Ooh, this one's rough. That's a rough San Fran, and it looks like we have like a lamination error. Comes down into the Monticello building, which is kind of cool. Very worn, but still a cool error. There's almost nothing left for detail on the Monticello or that S mint mark. But it's a 1941. Let's keep it going. All right, I think I'm on roll 16 for the top box here. And there's a few finds. We have a 1953 out of Denver. a 1954. It looks like out of San Fran, maybe? Nope, that one's also out of Denver. We have 46. That one is out of Philly. And I think I saw one more 40s find. 48 out of Philly. All right, if there's anything else in here hiding, I'll bring you in for it. Otherwise, I'll bring you in on the next find. See you in a second. All right, roll 17. This one looks old. I have not flipped it. I know there's a 40s behind it, and there could be a couple of other oldies in here, but I stopped here. Let's see if we have anything. Okay, 1946. We know this is a 47. Do we have a mint mark? Out of Philly. I was thinking this one here might be old. 1941. Also out of Philly. All right, I think that's it. Let me keep going. I'll bring you in on the next find. Roll number 21 gives us a 1948 out of Philly. All right, let's keep it going. Be right back. Roll number 25. We have a 1949 out of Philly. Let's keep it going. Roll number 26. And check out this beauty. It's a 1989 with a ton of luster still on it. I'm trying to get it, not touching it. But it's like blue. Full steps. Let me put it under the scope. Look at that. Almost full steps. It wasn't there for that nick on the left-hand side there. But she's a beauty. Look at this. Look at that color. That's a Let's Look Brad coin if I ever saw a Let's Look Brad coin. She's a stunner. Kid. All right, let me put this aside. I have a couple of 87 and 88 that I'm going to check against the album. So those are nice looking coins. Let's keep going. All right, the very next roll from that tone coin. And we have a couple finds. We have a 1941 out of Philly. We have a 1949 out of Philly. I think there's a couple more oldies in here. This looks old. That is, a 1942 Type 1 out of Philly. And this one here looks old. This is another 1942 Philly Type 1. All right, let's keep the hunt going. Be right back. All right, we're on roll 30. And check out this 1983. So with the 1983s, they did not make min sets for years 82 and 83. Everything was in circulation, so it's very difficult to get a nice 1983, 1982, especially with full steps. Now, this one does not have full steps. It's always, I seem to find them always missing in this area right here. But with that said, this coin is in great shape. There's like almost no nicks. Very little wear. So this one is definitely going to be held aside and probably put into my personal album. If it doesn't make my personal album, it'll definitely make the Brad album. So this one is being held aside, and then we'll keep the hunt going. See you in a second. All right, the first part of that hunt is done. 31 rolls hunted, or $62. So we're going to get into the second part of this, but I think these Loomis rolls, I think is the sister box from the last hunt that we had all like the collection dump in. Because this is what we're at so far. We have a 39, 40, 41s, 42s, 46, 7, 8, and 9. A couple of 2012s. Couple of nice condition coins. Older Canadians. And then low on the 50s, we have a couple of 53s, 54, 55. That's a 55 Denver. 156 and a couple of 59s. So it looks like it's shaping up to be the sister box from the other collection dump. So let's get into the rest of these, see what we can pull. Be right back. Roll number 2 of the box, the full box, give us a 1940 Philly, 41 Philly, another 40, come on, Philly, a 57 Denver, and a 59 Denver. 5 finds out of 1 roll. That's why I think this is the sister box. Let's keep it going. Rolls 4 and 5 out of box 2 give us a 1941 out of San Francisco, a 46 Philly, 41 Philly, 40 Philly, 41 Philly, another 41 Philly, 47 Philly, 40 Philly, 48 Philly, 48 Philly. Let's keep it going. 8th roll of the box. And look at this. I almost put this back. Look at the actual coin itself is annihilated. Look at this. Look at how bad that is. But look at this. That's a 1943. We got silver. And that's a 43, I think Denver. It's so bad. That's in such bad condition. It could be a 43P. I think that's a Denver, though. I think we have right here, and it's a D, but I am not 100% sure. This thing is annihilated. I don't know what happened to it, but we got a silver coin. 1943. That's going to go with the fines. That's probably the worst, one of the worst keepers I have ever seen. Let me know down in the comments. I know some people have found like really bad W's, but this one's bad. It's a bad keeper. That could be someone's channel handle or a band name. Bad keeper. Let's put it aside. Let's keep the hunt going. I'll be right back. All right, the next 5 rolls, we have a 1946 Philly, 59 Denver, a 40 Philly, 41 Philly, 49 Philly, another 41 Philly. We also had that 43 silver out of Denver. The top of that by Unum, is that a dent or is that a... That's a dent. Okay, let's keep it going. Be right back. Rolls 11 through 15 out of box 2 give us a 1946 Philly, 48 Philly, 49 Denver, 46 Philly, 42 Philly, 40 Philly, another 40 Philly, 49 Philly, oops, 40 Philly, 46 Philly, 48 Philly, and a 59 out of Denver. That's a lot of fines. Let's get into the next 5 rolls. Bring you in with the fines. I am on roll number 20, and I think there's more fines in this. There's one right there, which I'll bring you in for these top ones up here. But I have under the scope a 1938, and it's a key date. We have 1938 Denver. It has been a minute since I've had a 30s key date find. So this will definitely be an album filler, possibly an upgrader in my album. If not, it's definitely a filler, a whole filler in the Brad album. I'll put this one down here. I'm going to keep the hunt going. I'll bring you back after I finish out this roll. All right, rolls 16 through 20. We have, it's a 1948. I believe this was Denver. We have another 1948 Philly. 46, typically Philly. We had a 38 Denver. 39 out of Philly. I did check it for the DDO or the DDR. Nothing. 46 again is normally Philly, and that's a Philly. 40 Philly. 48 Philly. And we did get a 2009 Denver lower mintage nickel that we'll keep and hold aside.
Sorry.
Let's get into the next 5 rolls and bring you back. Sorry, that was my you-know-what in the background. Be right back. All right, those next 5 rolls give us a 1947 Philly, a 1949 Philly, 1942 Philly, type 1, 1946 Philly, and a 1948 Philly. Let's get into the next 5 rolls. Be right back. All right, rolls 26 through 30 give us a bunch more finds. We have a 1940 out of Philly, 48 out of Philly, another 48 out of Philly, 46 out of Philly, 47 Philly, another 46 Philly, 57 Denver, 47 Denver, another 47 Philly, 41 Philly, 46 Philly, and a 41 Philly. I also have a 2020 under the scope. These ones I don't normally show, but this coin was pretty clean. So we do have a DDR. We have doubling in the doorway right here. So I will put which variety it is right in here and up here. And just wanted to bring you in. Just like I said, the coin itself is pretty clean. There's no dings or nicks. Full steps. The obverse is pretty nice. So I'm not going to keep it, but I'll let you know which variety it is. Let's keep the hunt going. All right, here's our finds for rolls 31 through 35. I actually have a really nice 1982. So I'm going to hold this aside, check it against the album. It doesn't have full steps, but it does have steps. So we'll give that a checking. And then I got a nice, really nice 1979. So we'll check this against the album as well. Again, not full steps, but just a nice coin. We have a 1949 Philly, 48 Philly, 40 Philly, 46. Oh, look at that. Got some lamination. Let's check that out. Wow. That's cool. I think I'm zoomed in too much. That's awesome. All right. That's cool. 46 Philly, 41 Philly, and a 47 Philly. Let's keep it going. I'll be right back. All right, a bunch more finds for rolls 36 through 40. This is just 5 rolls. We have a decent condition 1977 that we'll check against the album. Then for our finds, we have a 1947 Philly, a 48 Philly, another 48 Philly, 41 Philly, 48 Philly, 46 Denver, finally, a 41 Philly, 48 Philly, another 41 out of Philly, 49 Philly, 41 Philly, 54 looks like somebody spooned it. They beat the crap out of it. That was a 54D. It's got some damage in the center of it there too. I don't know what happened to this thing, but pretty beat up. And then we have a 1952 out of Philly. Let's keep it going. We got 10 rolls left. All right, I'm on roll 43. And we got another semi-key date, 1955 out of Philly. Let's go. Here's our finds for rolls 41 through 45. We have a 1946 Philly, 47 Philly, another 47, also out of Philly. We have a 49 out of Philly, our 55 out of Philly, semi-key date. We have a 46 out of Philly, 47 Philly, another 46 Philly, 41 Philly, and another 41 also out of Philly. 5 more rolls. Let's see what we can find. Here's our finds for 46 through 50. We have a 46 Philly, a 42 Type 1 out of Philly, a 58 out of Denver, a 1940 also out of Denver. Don't find those too often. A 59 out of Denver, 41 Philly, 46 Philly, and another 40 Philly. All right, let me put these in their prospective spots or respective spots, and I'll bring you in for a quick wrap up. I'm not going to pull all these down because the towers will probably fall. We'll give a quick wrap up, and then I'll try to get into a album fill. Be right back. All right, there's our nickel hunt. I believe it was $162 if I'm not mistaken. It's been a couple of days of hunting. Here's our towers. I have a couple 1939s, a ton of 1940s, a ton more of 1941s. I don't know, kind of give you like an idea of how many that there are. Maybe you can pause and count if you feel like it. A few Type 1 42s, a bunch of 46s, 47s, 48s, 49s. They had one 52, two 53s, two 54s, one 55. Actually, I think I had two 55s, but one of them was the semi-key date. So I had a Philly and a Denver. A few 57s, one 58, and a few 59s. I had 6 2012 Phillies that I checked for the DDR, and no luck. Our foreigns, a couple of old Canadians, 73 and a 75. Then we had an 88, a 90, 95, 98, and a 2000 Bermuda. I always get these wrong. Yeah, Bermuda, okay. One 2009 out of Denver, low mintage. Our album checkers, we have a nice 77, a nice 78, a nice 82, 83, 87, 88, this beautiful 89, a nice 93, and a 97. So I'll check those against the albums, see if we have some upgraders, which I'm sure we do. We had our 1943 Denver, which I believe this is like a chewed up planchet. Something happened to this thing. I do not believe it was struck that way. This was mangled somewhere. But I'm going to check it against the album. See if we're missing. I think we're missing a 43D. We had our, what is this? 1938D that I think we need. And a 55 Philly that we'll check against the album. So let me do that. I'll bring you back shortly. All right, the Brad album definitely needed a 43D. And we got the chewed up one right in here. That's actually kind of cool looking. I actually don't mind that. All right, let me get into the rest of the stuff. See what we can plug in. Be right back. All right, for the Brad album, we have a 38 Denver going in. We also, let me see if our 55 appears to upgrade. I'm going to say no. Nada. All right, let me get going on these. See what we can find. Be right back. All right, on the Brad album, the original 77 here is better, so I'm keeping it in. On to the next one. All right, Brad album, 79s. This one's actually better. Keeping it in. 82 in the Brad album. Actually, this one has more detail on the obverse, but this one here, the reverse isn't damaged. This one is. All right, this is the coin that was in the album. I think I'm going to replace it with this one. This one has less damage. This one has a shinier field. I don't know if you can't really tell, but this one has less damage. So I'm going to put this one in the album. Right here. All right, be right back. Not enough difference between the 88s. 88 stays. I was going to switch the 89 because this one has a little bit more hair detail, but this has a fingerprint. So 89 stays. Man, I wanted to put this one in too. It just has a little bit more color, but again, fingerprint. 93 stays. And I don't see enough differences between the 97s. 97 stays.